The Common Council wants answers and has launched an investigation into the Milwaukee Health Department and the city's lead abatement efforts.
So we have Alderman Mike Murphy as well as Russell Stamper joining us this morning. After the last few days, what are your feelings as far as competency in the mayor's office and the health department?
Well, I would say there's a lot of anger and frustration by council members at how we got to this point. You know, the lack of documentation of letting children and letting parents know potentially of their children being poisoned, that's terrible mismanagement. And I think that's why the council takes this issue so seriously and is using its proper oversight to investigate it.
What's at the top of your list, Alderman Stamper, in terms of concerns and questions?
The children,
okay,
especially the children in the most vulnerable areas, which is the 15th Automatic District. Number one is the children. Number two is accountability. What happened? Where was the money that you received to abate the homes? And number three, accountability for whose responsibility was it and why wasn't the work done?
Do we know who should be accountable? I mean, Bevan Baker has left.
Well, certainly he bears some responsibility. He was the head of the health department and during this crisis. I believe there's other disciplinary actions that will be taken forthcoming. However, I think going forward, we want to correct the problems immediately. And going forward, as Alderman Stamper indicated, the most important issue here is what do we do about these current children and going forward protecting them.
Right.
Now, we know that the person who was over the lead program has retired. Do you think there needs to be a clean house sweep in the health department to get this back on track?
I think the report that was published documented a lot of areas for improvement, and one of them is reorganization. So that will occur.
Yes, yes, and that was just a report. Aldermen and councilmen expect an audit. We expect an investigation. The results of the investigation and the results of the audit will give us more reason for accountability of where it needs to go.
Well, let me ask you this. We're talking about it now, but were the alarm bells sounding a long time ago?
You know, for me, at an issue that is so critical, so important, I would be having checkups on this every week. So for it not to be is a problem.
But you had concerns, Alderman Murphy, prior to all of this beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly received communication from a former employee of the health department raising these issues.
All right, let's just talk about that now. I mean, with this policy that they claimed that was in place, that the
Written, because I would believe that there are more departments in the city where this is an unspoken rule and not written.
Well, I personally called several department heads to ask them whether it was a written or oral policy, and they've indicated absolutely not. So that's what they've shared with me. Now, the issue that the health department had was a written policy published in October, but was that an oral policy being implemented for years? I think that's what we've heard, which is very upsetting because it's contrary to good government.
I'm happy Alderman Murphy did that because we made it clear moving forward that we are going to investigate all departments to see if that is a policy, whether it's written or if it's verbal. Any way it goes, unacceptable. Employees should be able to share information, especially with the aldermen, because we are the ones that are closest to the people.
Right.
We are the ones that are responsible to the community, and nothing's more important than the public trust. And the public trust comes from transparency, and our number one responsibility is making sure our community is safe and healthy.
talking about public trust, transparency, is that now in place?
Well, no, we have to build it. I don't think it's in place within the departments. I think our individual constituencies trust us, otherwise we wouldn't be elected. And we are informing them to the best of our ability. But it's on us to take the lead and handle this issue.
I would concur. I think, unfortunately, the trust has been put in jeopardy, and I think it'll take a while to build that trust back up, and that's why it's the role of the council to help bring that back.